The whole social media is agog, especially after Raul Vanucano almost buyed Atletico Madrid, and they seem to be surprised. I'm not surprised, especially after defeating or hammering Barcelona 4-0 in the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. Then you are losing to Raul Vanucano 3-0. But one thing people fail to understand is that anybody can defeat Barcelona, especially Barcelona under Nancy Flick. So anybody can defeat them. So that did not come as a surprise to me. Surprise to me rather. Okay, let's take for instance, Sevilla actually were the first team to defeat Barcelona in this season La Liga. They turned them 4-1 at home. But if you go to the La Liga standing currently on the table, you will see that Sevilla, they are battling relegation themselves. So it's not a big deal to actually defeat this Barcelona under Hansi Flick because of the way they are set up. The high line, anybody can break it. And if you see all the goals that they score Barcelona, they are of the same trajectory. They are set up in the same manner. So it's not a big deal on how to defeat Barcelona or on how to score them. So any team can do it. But what you do after defeating Barcelona is entirely up to you. And that is where Atletico Madrid come in. So you must understand Atletico Madrid's problem is beyond that Barcelona's game. Since they've been tutored under this same coach who happens to be Diego Simeone, they've been one of the worst run team in over 15 years. But how this man remains on this job beats me. Is one of the things in football that I will never understand. Even though Atletico Madrid president sits me down and explain to me, I bet you I won't still understand it. Because this guy, in over 11 seasons, he has won just one Copa del Rey. In over 15 seasons, they've won just 2 La Liga. They've won no Champions League under him. No Champions League. And yet, he's the highest paid coach in world football. So you begin to wonder and ask yourself, what is it doing right that is making the president to still trust this guy so much? Then when I talk in my previous videos that there must be money laundering going on in that club, and there must be corruption beyond what television screens can project that is going on inside that club. People say I'm talking out of anger. Yes, I might be angry because we love football to grow. You cannot spend so much money as Atletico Madrid only to get worse each season. Barcelona could not buy any player this January transfer window that just ended. Madrid could not buy any player this January transfer window that just ended. But guess who bought a player, and a player in his prime? Diego Simeone bought Ademola Lookman for 40-something million pounds. Hope you understand. Also now, he's always been supported. If he likes any players and he points at the direction of the player, they will get the player for him. That is how seriously they take his words, and that is how seriously they take his scouting. So now, why is he not measuring up with result? It's not complementing the effort the club is putting in. It's not giving them the result to complement their effort. Look at how much he signed Alvarez for from Manchester City, 90-something million euros. Can you beat that? How many clubs in world football can afford to spend that money? How many clubs? You can count a handful of them. But this guy has such opportunities. But what does he give to these people? He has the most expensively assembled team in La Liga currently, but they are nowhere to be seen. The Yano Black even have to come out immediately after the game against Rafa Vallecano, immediately after the thumping, that we are no longer in the title race. Are you joking? Were you ever in the title race at any point in time? This is a no. You are not in the Copa. Even though they defeat Barcelona, they can be able to go through, because Barcelona can still come back. If they can be able to go through and go into the final, I bet you they will not still win it. You see that Real Sociedad, because Real Sociedad have one leg in the final already. See that Sociedad win them, or share luck, they will win their second Copa del Rey in 11 years, which I don't think that might be the case. So you understand the decadence in the footballing philosophy, that there's no identity of what they are trying to play. Okay, in some cases you say they play negative football, haram football, they're always on the back foot. But sometimes you see that they'll just run out of their 18, pour into the out of their own half, pour into the half of the opposition team, and just choke them till they submit. And then all of a sudden you will not even understand them in some scenarios or in some matches. And then you say you are a team that have spent the most money in La Liga, and this is what you have to show for it. And these people, they are not. It's not even under any pressure. He's one of the most relaxed coach in world football. Then I dare to say that Atletico Madrid is the Cameroon of football, because Cameroon have been run by Pobia, who is incapacitated, who is old but does not want to hand over the reins to another person he thinks is the best, and he is in a delusional state of mind. That is the same state of mind I find Diego Simeone to be in, because you cannot convince me that this is ordinary. So something is going on, because if it's a club that wants to see the money they spend, the yield result, Diego Simeone should have been sacked by now, long time ago. He should have been sacked like over 10 seasons ago. But somehow he still has a job. Whereby coaches like Enzo Maresca has no job, who in his first season won the Club World Cup for Chelsea. And my brother man does not have that to brag with. But yes, he has a job. So, but these are the problems that make me feel that football in some clubs feel like they are running a third world country. Cameroon, Uganda, South Sudan. Take them for example. This is the same way they are being run, because you see that the country is not going anywhere. You see that there are no improvement in the country. You see that healthcare is zero. You see that everything is zero. You see that security is zero. Similarly like Nigeria, and you still see that people still want to retain power where they are doing nothing, but they still want to remain in power. And you see that, and you say this is not similar to what is happening in Atletico Madrid or at Atletico Madrid. No, tell me something else. Atletico Madrid is being run as a third world country. No improvement, but it's still dying to hold on to power by all means necessary. There is something going on in that club. No. You cannot tell me because he's a club legend that they only want to hire club legend. Then there are other club legends that will do better than what this man is doing. No transfer window that Atletico Madrid will not bring in a player, whether known or unknown, they must bring in a player or players as the case may be. But what do they get in return? The fans, nothing. The club, nothing. No result, no improvement of result. You can easily predict the game that they will lose in. And so beating Barcelona and losing to Real Vallecano is a typical Atletico Madrid thing. It's a typical Diego Simeone thing. It's never under any pressure. It's not accountable to anybody. It can get hammered 10-0 and tomorrow will still be at the helm of affairs. So shame on Atletico Madrid and shame on Diego Simeone himself.